Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sparkin over Broncos, the show where we spark conversation about our Denver Broncos. I am your host, Gage Madrid. The other day, I sat down to watch some tape in preparation for a video I am going to make about the Broncos edge rushers when something concerning caught my eye, and that is the play of Bradley Chubb. But before we get into that, be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss another video. We are trying to reach 500 subscribers before the NFL draft on April 28th, so I would really appreciate you helping us out. Bradley Chubb is unfortunately one of those players whose name is attached with the phrase, "when he's healthy" at the end. Chubb is the former 5th overall pick in the 2018 draft out of North Carolina State. When he was drafted, the hope was that he would pair with the Broncos Hall of Fame edge rusher Von Miller in a similar fashion that Miller was paired with DeMarcus Ware, and the two would form a lethal edge rush duo. Unfortunately, injuries kept that from coming to fruition, as Miller and Chubb only ended up playing one full season together, which was Chubb's rookie season in 2018. Then General Manager John Elway was taking a major gamble with the drafting of Chubb, as he passed on multiple top quarterback prospects, most notably Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. 2018 was a flash of what should have been, as the duo of Von Miller and Bradley Chubb combined for a total of 26.5 sacks, Miller recording 14.5 and Chubb recording 12. 2019 is when the injury bug began to bite Chubb, as he suffered a torn ACL in the Broncos' Week 4 contest against the Jacksonville Jaguars after only recording one sack on the entire season. Chubb was able to return from his injury prior to the 2020 season opener, but he was without his running mate Von Miller, who suffered a season-ending injury of his own before the year even started. Chubb had a pretty good season in 2020. Although the sack numbers were down as he only recorded 7.5, Chubb matched his total pressures of his rookie season with 59. And Pro Football Focus had him graded as the 30th best out of 108 eligible edge rushers that season. Chubb earned a Pro Bowl nod as a result of his production in 2020. Towards the end of the 2020 season, however, Chubb began to deal with a nagging ankle injury, which he claimed was a product of his previous ACL injury. He ended up missing the final 2 games of the 2020 season and had an off-season cleanup procedure in his ankle. Despite the procedure, the ankle continued to bother him throughout training camp and the preseason. Chubb ended up missing the 2021 season opener against the New York Giants, but he decided to give it a go week 2 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. He didn't even make it through the first quarter before going down once again with the same ankle injury. Chubb elected to have yet another cleanup procedure in his ankle to hopefully get it right once and for all. Chubb missed multiple additional weeks before finally making his return in Week 12 against the Los Angeles Chargers. Following Chubb's return from injury, it was pretty clear that he was really struggling out there, and he just didn't look like he was healthy. Either that, or all of the injuries have finally taken their toll, and Chubb has simply lost a step or two in his game. I really hope that it isn't the latter, as prior to the injuries, Bradley Chubb looked primed to be a top-tier pass rusher in the league for a long time. Chubb posted abysmal Pro Football Focus grades across the board in 2021. He graded a horrific 49.8 in pass rush and a slightly better 61.4 in run defense. The poor pass rush grade is particularly concerning, as that is what he is getting paid to do at a high level. His pressures also took a nosedive in 2021. He recorded only 12 pressures in the 7 games that he played. He would have been on pace for just 29 pressures had he played in all 17 games. Either way, that is a pretty significant dip when his baseline is the 59 pressures that he recorded in his 2 seasons that he was healthy. Chubb's tape was particularly concerning last season. It really looked like his motor was not running at full speed last year. He struggled to win at the line of scrimmage way too often. He was getting mauled in the run game. It honestly looked like his strength had deteriorated quite a bit. He really struggled to generate power with his lower body. He missed tackles at a worrisome rate. If I'm being brutally honest, he did not look like a starting caliber edge rusher last season. Oh, and by the way, he didn't even record a single sack last season. Bradley Chubb's play after the injury last season shoots up some major red flags. The video that I was making when I discovered Bradley Chubb's major concerns on tape was regarding the lack of depth at the edge rush position, and frankly, the question marks on the health of Bradley Chubb are a major factor in my worries about the edge rush position. Randy Gregory's recently announced shoulder surgery only further adds to this issue. Your top two edge rushers enter the 2022 season with question marks regarding their health, and frankly, the lack of depth behind them is concerning, but that's a different discussion for a different video. The Broncos better hope to high hell that Bradley Chubb's play last season was purely due to him coming off his surgery, and a full offseason of recovery will allow him to get back to at least a quality edge rusher. If these injuries linger into 2022, I certainly have concerns about Bradley Chubb's future in Denver, as he is in a contract year this season. As we all know, the edge rusher position is one of the most critical in the entire sport. The success of the entire team partially depends on the success of the pass rush. The Broncos desperately need Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb to stay healthy and produce at a high level in 2022, or things could get pretty ugly pretty quickly. But of course, that is just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on Bradley Chubb in the comment section below, Broncos Country. I would really love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss another video. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers before the NFL draft, so I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button. Also, give me a follow on Twitter at Gage Madrid NFL for more coverage of our Denver Broncos as well as the NFL in general. And for now, this has been another episode of Sparkin Over Broncos, the show where we spark conversation about our Denver Broncos. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.